Welcome to Hot Women Wanted.
We're three childhood best friends who have been through it all and talk about it all.
Everything from hot flashes to hot takes to hot topics. So come join us.
Hi, Hotties. Welcome to Hot Woman Wanted, episode 34. I'm Julie Cola, joined by my fellow Hotties, Julie Strauss-Greeley and Meredith Rush. And today we have a special guest Hottie. Welcome to the pod, Brucey from Hey Brucey. Hi, Brucey.
Hi, Bruce.
Brucey is one of our favorite TikTok influencers. He has the most hilarious Bravo Peacock television hot takes. We love them. We can't wait to get them today. He also travels all around the world. We love following where he is. He just got back from Paris. And lucky for us, he's back in our time zone just in time to recap our favorite shows. Welcome to the pod, Brucey.
Thank you.
Brucey.
For having me.
So excited to have you here. There's a lot to talk about. We were chatting through TikTok, Brucey, and I said to him, listen, we're going to do our Bravo hot takes, but maybe, you never know, something over the weekend can happen. And there you go. What's his name? Andy Byron went to a Coldplay concert, and suddenly he's in the hot seat. I mean, you go to have an affair with somebody and you go with the whole workforce, and what do you know?
I know. Who is that?
My niece happened to have been at that concert.
Really?
She saw it happen in real time. My niece Lindsay was at the concert. She saw the whole thing happen.
Well, the crazy thing is it would have been a nothing burger had they not reacted the way they had they not hit the deck. I mean, people get on the cams all the time.
Right.
It was their crazy reaction that even made it something.
I can see that. I could see that. If I'm cheating and I'm snuggling and I'm on the jumbo, I mean, I might duck too.
I'm sorry. If you're cheating, are you cheating at a Coldplay concert with coworkers?
Yeah, with your entire office?
I mean, in all fairness, I don't think anybody expects a kiss cam at a concert. Maybe a basketball game. What a pleasant surprise for them.
Fair.
Who knew Coldplay was so adorable?
I did.
I really have to say, and you guys, I'm not a huge fan of Bethany at all on TikTok or elsewhere, but she absolutely did do, she every once in a while she'll have a very funny line, and she did do an absolutely hilarious TikTok on this whole thing. It was she was like, who do you not run into at a Coldplay concert? It could be anyone. It was a very funny thing, I have to say. Her takes were funny.
I personally can't.
I know.
I don't want to give her funny.
Not a fan. It was funny, I have to say.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
You'll go down for that one on TikTok.
Yeah. Well, they're fully in the hot seat and they're jobless as well, it seems.
Yeah, they got fired. I knew that was going to happen because I think if she wasn't part of the office, he probably could have saved his job and just gone on leave. But because she was head of HR.
And he's the CEO. I mean, that's a board of directors coming in and saying.
He's still working there. He was fired.
She's never going to keep her job. She's head of HR. How can she keep her job?
No, she's still there.
Yeah, he stepped down, but I don't think there's news about her yet.
He left the company.
Yeah, like Jax.
Just like Jax. You know what? That takes us to Jax. That takes us to the hot seat.
Brucey,
that takes us to the mess of the week. Hot mess of the week. Jax Taylor. What do you think, Brucey?
Yeah, I think he left just like Andy Byron, on his own accord. Nothing wrong, nothing to see here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting because Jax, his whole trajectory on Vanderpump Rules to the Valley has been really similar. And I think that it was entertaining until it kind of wasn't, which I think when a child was involved,
Right.
So it's interesting because I don't think he quite understood the difference between entertainment and real life.
No.
And that's where we got here.
Yeah.
I mean, it got dark fast.
And didn't he scream to Lisa Vanderpump, it's my show, and boom, he got fired.
Yep. And then he did the same thing here.
Again. And then he did it again.
Guess so it's not now.
Honestly, as soon as Jax utters the words "my show," he's out.
It's over. It's over.
Honestly, but I mean, good riddance. I'm hoping maybe
I don't know.
I mean, listen, he's a villain that I normally, I love to hate him because he's so bad that you can't stop watching him. But this year, no. So the insinuation that he did something that physically harmed her, scared me. You know what I mean? And then the stalking, it became really. As a matter of fact, I do worry for Brittany. He lost his job now. He has no way of making money.
Yeah.
I think more for Cruz than anybody, to be honest.
Well, I don't think he's going to be alone with him. And also, he got an apartment with stairs with a death-defying railing. I'm like, that's not made for a baby.
No, not made for a young child.
Have you guys seen any of the TikTok edits where it looks like Cruz is scared of Jax?
Yeah,
like,
no. Yeah, I saw that episode. He ran away from him.
Wait, what are the TikToks? Tell us what the TikToks are.
Yeah, I mean, it was just clips of all the times that Jax has interacted with Cruz on camera, and he looks nervous, like the kid is always running away from him, or if he's trying to kiss him, he turns his face.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a very interesting, consistent visual cue.
Yeah. Listen, kids sense everything, verbal or not, young, older, you know, elementary school age, they feel it, they sense it. He's been in the home with a lot of that. And it's not surprising. It's not surprising. And you know what I have to say? I'm amazed by what a great mom through all of this it seems that Brittany is. I mean, this is not easy. This is such an unbelievably scary and challenging situation, not to mention some of the learning differences and other stuff that's come up for him. She seems like an awesome parent, an awesome parent. Like, parenting
it's hard, you know. It's first of all, and it's difficult to parent. I mean, it's almost impossible to parent with him.
Yeah.
You know.
Do we want to like head into the valley with this? Because
maybe we should naturally go into the valley because we're right here. Let's do it.
Talk about the valley.
I was going to say,
I will say that I had heard Andy Cohen say earlier in the season when it was very, very dark, which I believe it still is. He had said like, "Oh, it lightens up. It lightens up." I haven't seen the light. I haven't seen the light.
Aren't we like, isn't this week the finale? Isn't this the finale?
This week, I'm sad to say, Next Gen is the finale and the Valley. I feel like I could use more episodes of Next Gen. You know what I mean?
I don't know that I'll watch the Valley again. I found it really dark. I didn't.
And it seems like, I'd love your take, Brucey, but it seems like they've replaced dark with dark. It's like if they don't have the Jax storyline, now we've got this whole storyline with Danny and Nia and Janet, which I can't get past Janet. I mean, we got to talk about Janet. And then if it's not that storyline, it's just it's the darkness with it's Michelle and Jesse, right?
Yeah. Let's put it this way: it's so dark that all of a sudden I'm like, Jesse's a good guy. I'm like, is it me? He's adorable. All of a sudden I like him, and I know he's a dick. But all of a sudden I'm like, everybody else is so dark that I don't mind him anymore. Like everyone's looking so bad.
Well, he's trying to change his tune a little bit.
No, I know he's doing a little act, but it's sort of like everyone else is so. First of all, Kristen's having a great year.
Fabulous year. And I'm happy for her. All right, wait, let's pass it to you, Brucey. Tell us what you think of the Valley.
Yeah, you know, the thing is with the Valley is like, I find it just hard to watch. I agree with you where I think that it's just dark in some ways that I can't get over. And I've been talking to friends trying to figure out, well, what about it is dark? Because like there's Jen Shaw levels of dark and you keep watching it.
Right.
There's like, to me, Real Housewives of New Jersey dark, where you're like, well, I don't know if I should continue to watch this, you know?
Yes.
And the Valley is very much there. And I think that what it is that I find that none of the cast is really likable, probably except for Kristen. And they're extremely bitter. Like they're beyond like kind of like disagreeing. They're at like grudge level. They're at an impasse and they can't get past it. For me, it's interesting because I don't know if you guys saw the whole article about Janet and how like she deserves all of her flowers because she's a great reality villain. I agree with like probably 75% of it. But I think where she loses me is that she doesn't let anything go. Like we have resolved the Nia and Danny thing. We have moved past that in like the first or second episode of the season, and she will not let it go. She brings it up every single time they get together, and it's just not
dog with a bone.
Yeah.
And not only does she bring it up, she escalates it. I mean, it went from talking about the incident to the most recent episode on the boat, calling it a sexual assault. And, you know, I'm not trying to minimize at all what he did or didn't do or relitigate it, but it's like, he went straight to the horse's mouth. Like he went and has spent time with Jasmine and her fiance and like talked it through and owned up to it and apologized to everyone and re-apologized to everyone. And she just keeps ramping it up. And I'm wondering your thoughts too, Brucey, because you cover so much of the Bravo stuff. It's like, there's been a lot of chatter about fans then becoming characters on these shows. And we've heard that Janet falls into that category, right? So what do you think about that, right? Because apparently she worked for celebrities. She's been in this world. She kind of stalked, I think, Sheena Shea, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
I think as quiet as it's kept, that's just kind of the era of reality that we're in. Like Stassi was on 3 reality shows before she did Vanderpump Rules.
Right.
Jasmine was on The Bachelorette before she did The Valley. And they're saying, I don't know if you guys watch Traders, but Ekin Su is going to be on Ladies of London. So there's just such.
I love Ekin Su.
We love Traders.
I think we're just in such a weird time where like everyone is aware of how famous you can get from reality.
Right.
And so everyone's a fan. I mean, I'm jumping topics here, but like even Real Housewives of New York, kind of like Brynn was running kind of like a fan dream cast kind of strategy throughout her whole run on there. And also Jessel moved to New York.
Yeah, she did.
To be on the show, right?
Bless you.
And I actually love Jessel, but she did move to New York to be on the show.
She moved to New York to be on the show. I mean, she's not from New York. She's not a Real Housewives of New York. Like,
okay, I'm going to ask a very embarrassing question, Brucey, as the younger person in the group, the young hottie. Maybe you can answer it for me. What is a stan?
When you stan,
I think stan culture is like where you see these like crazy, like, okay, actually, I don't know if I should even say it because they're going to come after me, but like Hottie stands.
Yes, Hottie stands.
If they're not a fan of right or wrong or like certain things, they are just a fan of whatever that person does.
They just
strong support, no matter what they do.
It's like ride or dies. They're like ride or dies.
Yeah, ride or die fans.
Yeah.
I think the people coming on the show with all this knowledge and being fans themselves, then I think they feel like, well, the trick to the show and the trick to getting popular is creating controversy and creating drama. Like in my heart of hearts, sometimes I found myself watching the last few episodes of Valley being like, does Janet even believe this crap? Like,
yeah, I feel like it's a little bit, it feels performative. It feels performative.
It does.
Yeah.
Who also feels interestingly performative because of her is Jason.
Right.
Because Jason was like a no drama kind of guy. He's a lawyer who's always evenly keeled. And all of a sudden, a few episodes in, he had that weird outburst against Danny at that restaurant that Danny was very confused by. And we're still kind of there. It's very odd.
Yeah.
Very odd.
I don't think Danny's a saint, but I don't think he's like.
Well, I was going to say that. Is Danny the victim of the season?
Well, he's
I think so.
Definitely. Yeah. It's a villain sort of. I feel like Jax. They sort of created this alternate plot to get off of Jax. You know, like, oh, don't look over here. Look over here. It's really Danny. He's sexual assault and he's an alcoholic.
And I
think it's really wrong. What's that?
I definitely think it's wrong.
Right? Do you think it's wrong?
My question for all of you is like, do you think in your heart of hearts that Danny is on a spectrum of alcoholism or alcohol abuse in the sense that maybe he drinks too much, or that there's something that we just are not seeing as an audience?
Could be. I think when he has alcohol, he might act inappropriately. Because we haven't seen anything, but we're hearing stuff.
I don't know that I think it rises to the level of abuse. Here's what I think. I think he is a working parent of, at the time this season was filming, 3 Under 3. In an incredible, I cannot watch any more footage of that apartment. I just cannot. I can't. There are 5 human beings, and I believe maybe even a pet living in this like space. I cannot, like with the Amazon boxes, I just can't. So I just think that when he has an opportunity to go out, which happens to coincide with filming, right? Because he has to be there. He's getting paid to be there. So they're getting paid to film at a bar at Jax's or whatever. So I just think he like doesn't know his like real limit, or he's pushing it to like get drunk because it's a night out away from the 3 Under 3. I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost like a teenager who's finally let out of the house. You know what I mean? And he wants to party his ass off.
I actually think it crosses into maybe alcohol abuse a little bit. Not that he does it, but when he drinks,
It's too much.
Something ugly happens. And I think that's alcohol abuse. Like it doesn't rise to the level of dependency or he's an alcoholic, but when he does drink and he gets dark, like he gets that darkness. And that I would say is maybe alcohol abuse. Like you're drinking too much.
Really aware of it, Nia, because she's on him like the second they're in a social environment where there's alcohol, she's always like, Daniel, like, and she's clocked him. Like she knows where he is in the room. She knows where he is in the bar. She knows how many drinks he's had, and they do have that footage of him saying like, I had one glass of wine, but then they have the footage where it was actually his third glass of wine. So he's definitely pushing some kind of a limit that isn't great. But do I think this rises to the level of like, I mean, this man is a professional. He's an actor. He's a voiceover actor. He has a career in Los Angeles. What was she, Miss World or Miss America?
But you know what? When you look at this crowd, though, to be honest, none of them are saints. You don't think Britney's drinking up? I mean, listen, we were giving Britney like she's doing a great job at a mom. She drinks a lot. God knows what else she's doing. She parties a lot.
I know.
You don't say it's Danny. It's not fair. It's like, listen, fair. I'm sure, what's his face? Michelle's ex-husband?
Jesse.
That guy's having a good time. Trust me. That guy's having a good time. He just shows it better on camera.
No, but when Danny drinks, it gets dark. And we haven't heard
that's for him. Maybe he doesn't have a higher tolerance. But I'm saying they're all heavy partiers. That's a heavy party crew.
Yeah, I'll also say it gets dark when pretty much any of them drink. Because, Jax, I think, goes without saying.
Yeah.
Jesse, called his wife a prostitute when he was drinking. Like, it goes pretty far. I think one thing that I think about a lot is like going back to Nia's background with pageants. Is that I think that she is very controlling about the way that they're viewed.
Yes.
And I think a lot of the times Danny is just about to say what he feels. Like the time when he was telling Janet that he didn't like that she was spreading rumors about him and stuff. I think this was when they're at Jax's, when they changed it to Brits.
Oh yeah.
Nia didn't like him even saying that. She was like, "Oh, be quiet, be quiet." And I think it's the pageant girl in her. Like,
she does want the persona of being a little perfect. Yeah. She enjoys that.
I feel like he is a little bit of like a tea kettle about to pop. You know what I mean? It's like between the living space and they can't agree. Now we know they have agreed and they moved to a house. I think he finally got his way. They moved out to the suburbs, so they're further out, but like they're not in the valley. But like, I think between the living space, the pressure to make money, have 3 under 3, she is definitely a controlling partner, a great partner. I think they have a real love there, but like controlling. I think he's like a tea kettle about to go off. So like when he's in a social situation, he goes off, and alcohol is the cure. You know what I mean?
Wait, I'm gonna switch. I have another question for Brucey. What do you think of the tattoo wedding rings for Janet and Jason?
Oh,
I want to take his off, but now he can't.
You can say a lot of things about Kristen Dowdy. Or Doty. Dowdy? Doty.
Yeah.
Doty.
Don't ask me. I get everybody's name wrong.
You can say a lot of things about Kristen Doty, but she actually really doesn't lie. Like there are very few times where like you can like something that she has said has come out and been like incorrect outside of her, hooking up with Jax and Stassi slapping her many, many years ago. But what I think is interesting is that I think it's absolutely true. I don't think that it's as salacious as we think it is. Like Jason doesn't come off as like necessarily like a cheater to me, but I think that he did have his ring off, and I think he was taking it off. And putting a stencil on your finger is not going to change.
I think we're being generous, even calling that a tattoo. It's like I've never seen. It is the thinnest line. Like I could have done that. Like I could have tattooed that on them. Like
if I'm tattooing on my husband's finger, it'd be pretty thick around the finger. It'd be all the way up the knuckle.
I think like off camera, he was like, "Are you really going to make me do this?" And she was like, "I'm getting the thinnest ring." Like I think they were like arguing, like, and that was the result.
He felt like I'm a lawyer.
Like, how do we know it's not knuckle hair? It just
right?
Totally.
It's so thin.
Totally.
All right.
Anyway,
speaking about pots that are exploding, maybe we should move to Miami.
All right.
Ooh.
Come on, Brucey. Give us your hot takes.
I think that Miami is the franchise to beat. I am always confused by why people are not watching it.
My favorite.
franchise that gives old school Housewives. They have many plot lines per episode, perfect story arcs per season, dynamic characters, no skips, every wife delivers, and wealth, compelling stories.
Well, thank God they actually have money.
Yeah. To me, it's a return to like what made Beverly Hills in like the first 5 seasons super compelling.
I agree.
You know, the women like they don't always like each other, but they have history with each other.
And
there's real relationships there.
Yeah. And they socialize, they genuinely socialize together. They do it when they're filming, they do it outside of filming. There's real continuity there. It's not like, I think it's very odd, or it must be, that you are filming a reality show for 4 months or whatever it is, and then some of these people, you don't see them again until you pick cameras back up a year later. It's like crazy. But Miami, they've really been through it, you know?
Brucey, what do you think of Stephanie, newcomer Stephanie?
I love Stephanie.
You do?
I think it's really interesting that they chose to cast her, mainly because it seemed like they were doing it originally to antagonize Dr. Nicole, because she's Anthony's ex. But she's a great fit for the show. And surprisingly, off camera and on social media, it seems like they actually have become friends in the off season.
Mm-hmm. Well, she didn't like. I think that everybody thought like Dr. Nicole interfered with them. She didn't at all. Like they didn't even they weren't even at the same time. You know, so I think Anthony was a little bit like a blip in her life.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The story I heard about Stephanie is she was the assistant to his ex-wife, her husband's ex-wife, and then they had an affair.
Whoa.
That's
allegedly.
You need the sign like on the valley.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Brucey, you just did fireworks.
That's
love that. Do it again.
That's how hot you are, Brucey.
Very.
Oh my God, I love it.
That's Mary. You're not as hot.
Yeah, no, I think Stephanie. This is what I love about Stephanie. What I love most about well, first of all, the wealth, beyond, the private jet, beyond, the clothing. I don't happen to love her style, but the clothing is like off the charts, you know.
And she's snarky. And she took on Lisa Hoxton immediately.
The Lisa takedown was like, it was so necessary. It was so, I mean, how do you make people wait 2+ hours?
I know,
but then I did hear that like sometimes production does it on purpose to cause shit.
They do. Well, production at Bravo does give them different times to arrive so they can film the setup of like them coming in, and they can, but like, supposedly they skew it, but she was like beyond her call time.
And she's always late. She was late for the reunion one year, and Andy Cohen was so pissed. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like everybody was pissed for her, and Andy was mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always a housewife. Isn't it Dorit too? Dorit's always late.
Dorit is,
They're always, I think it's because they're taking pictures and, you know, the glam squad.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about Stephanie is she's mean to Gertie. I don't like that.
Yeah.
She's given a lot of jabs to Gertie. And I'm a Gertie girl, so I don't like that.
I know.
I don't want her off my screen, but I'm partial to Gertie because, I mean, I don't want to see, first of all, I've always liked Gertie, but I don't want to see somebody who's like in the midst of her cancer battle getting shit from like Stephanie, and Stephanie being like, I don't know why Gertie's in such a bad mood. I'm like, maybe because she has cancer. And I'm like, start with that, Stephanie. And then Julia, and Martina. Martina Navratilova, love her as a tennis player, hate her as a person.
Correct.
Terrible person. I mean, really awful. I mean, I'm horrified.
These recent comments that have come out that Martina's made is just like about surrogacy. Are you crazy? What?
He's going to be fired. Andy has 2 children by a surrogate. I mean, I think I
can't imagine they'll be coming back.
What do you think about Julia this season, Brucey?
Yeah, I think, well, to just kind of wrap up the Martina comment, I think it's really interesting that she has anti-surrogacy and anti-trans comments when she now has castmates who have had surrogates and now a trans castmate that will meet this week. So,
really?
Yeah.
What's this week?
She is introduced through Kiki. I cannot remember her name, but she was on Drag Race, and she's a friend of this.
Oh, you're right. You're right. She's going to be a friend of.
That's going to be so interesting. I want to see how Martina interacts with her and Julia.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's going to be really interesting. So, But yeah, I mean, I just think her comments are pretty disgusting and also unexpected as someone in the queer community. But, that's, I guess, a whole different bone to pick. I think that Julia is looking not to be fired. That's how it comes off to me. Like, I don't think she has a lot to offer. And I think last season, she found herself kind of on the outskirts of the plot. And so I think that she decided that she was going to make a moment out of Gertie. I don't think that it's about anything substantive. And even to this day, I mean, I know that Stephanie's taken jabs at Gertie on Watch What Happens Live, but no one can explain why Julia doesn't like Gertie or why she has a problem with it.
Crazy. By the way,
I think it's because of that cruise they took together. Which
the
is
one thing I will say about Julia, her facelift is fabulous.
Fabulous.
Great.
She looks
Fabulous.
She looks.
She got the Kris Jenner. She got the Kris Jenner.
Great work.
You mean the facelift she got while Martina was getting chemo? That facelift?
Yeah.
Listen, I
Yeah.
can't talk about the timing. I can only talk about the result. And she was
Totally. So true, Mare. I love her. It's fantastic work. And she's beautiful. And she gives like fashion glamour and, I just find her, I started to kind of turn a little bit on her last season. I find her to be grating. Like her energy could be a little bit grating, and
I think she's fake.
And I think this whole thing is like, I think you're right, Brucey. I think she is like trying to create story because they need this check. They need this income. If they've expanded their family, she's got, I don't know, a house.
I don't think Martina needs this. Are you crazy? Martina Navratilova does not need this.
It's her money. She's the cast member. And she's done a lot of talking in past about her divorce from her husband and having to make her own money. And she was scarred by that. Who knows?
I think she likes the fame. I don't really think, I think they have the money.
I'm not sure has all that much money. Women tennis players of that era were not necessarily paid all that much. She's an older woman. She didn't have like endorsement. I mean,
she's not doing like the Chris Everett commentary and all that. Yeah.
Commentary?
I mean, Julia's storyline was trying to figure out how to make money to support her farm, which we have not seen since that season.
Exactly.
As it's kept. So,
but I have seen they're eating a lot of steak lately. No, just kidding.
I don't need any more footage of goats in diapers.
No, in their house.
I don't miss it.
I don't miss it either.
I'm so excited to see where this season is going to go, mainly because like Larsa is to me like a grade A villain.
Yeah, she really is.
Larsa is like the fastest you can possibly find. And it's funny because her and Lisa's spars are kind of opposite. Like Larsa has a fast tongue and Lisa's just persistent. Yes. Like, she takes eating, but she's going to come back.
Yeah.
It's sort of like watching two 14-year-old girls fight.
Yeah.
They're bitchy and they can just go at each other nonstop. I mean, listen.
I have to say,
Larsa on my screen.
The whole guru, the whole wellness guru, and like the questions and I just was like, I did laugh out loud a couple times. But everyone was like, well, Lisa, and you're like putting and Lisa had every single person's vote.
And he was like trying to take control. He was like, okay. And Lisa's like, shut up. I'm gonna
I'm like, how much did they pay this guy? He had a Sharpie and a bunch of mirrors. I'm like, I could have done this.
No, and why the goddess theme? I mean, I think when they got there too, they were all like dressed up in these goddess outfits, and then they're like, wait a minute, we're having like everyone's voting me off the island. Like Lisa was like, what the hell did I get dressed up for? It was like hilarious.
Crazy. I think it was so funny when Adriana clocked the whole healer when she was like, who is this fake TikTok healer that Alexia brought in?
She's another truth teller.
Yeah.
She always has the real deal.
Alexia, come on, Alexia. Like even in her wellness journey, she just gets taken advantage of. It's like unbelievable. And on the one hand, decades ago when Miami was on and she was running that magazine and she had like all this power and money and she was like such a fixture in the Miami social scene. I mean, she's a woman to be really like really, really earns a lot of respect. And I feel like she's lost herself a little bit. She's lost the plot. Like, I think we've all talked about in previous episodes, right? I'm sure you did too, Brucey, on your TikToks. Like Todd, whatever. And now this guy, even this like guru guy, it's like, you're falling for this bullshit? Like, what? Where are you, Alexia? You know?
Yeah, I would actually say that Alexia has always been a man-centered woman.
Yes.
Because even when we met her, well, first, before we met her, when she was with the cocaine cowboy, she prided herself being like the drug dealer's wife.
Loved it.
You know, which is crazy and awesome and feels very Miami to me.
Yeah. It was like a scene out of Scarface.
Yeah. And then she prided herself on being like the magazine owner's wife. And now she's Todd's wife. And, you know, I think that I would love to see her pride herself on just what she's built for herself, even just on the show, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. She's really like the ringleader or one of the main ones, and nobody ever wants to see her gone from their screens. I would not want to watch a Miami that doesn't have Alexia on it. But it's like, I don't know. It's just
I think Todd has dimmed her spark this year. I think she's a little bit off her game.
I agree.
He's thrown her.
And when she was at that dinner saying that she even asked him, do you want me not to film? Like, do you not want me to be on the show? I was like, are you crazy? You'd give this up for him?
I know.
By the way, if a guy asks you to give that up, hit the road.
Hit the road. Okay, let's move it on to Next Gen NYC.
Next Gen. Brucey, we can't wait. Let's go. Next Gen.
Brucey, you start.
I love Next Gen NYC. I feel like everyone should be watching it. And I also tell everyone, like, you're on the ground floor of like the next franchise of Bravo. It feels fresh. It feels authentic. I think that like what's awesome is they found this like pocket of real group of friends, minus Gia, that like everyone just like isn't afraid to show their lives and like isn't afraid to like frankly look bad. And I think that's what makes the show so good. But I love it. I love the whole cast. We'll say again, minus Gia. It's not because I don't like Gia as a person, although I don't like how she's treating Riley. And I think to unpack there personally that I'm seeing. But I also just think that she doesn't belong on the show just because she complains about New York all the time. And she doesn't live in New York.
I don't think somebody who lives at home with their mom in New Jersey has to drive in their car to get to the bar from New Jersey.
Right.
Decides to invite you over to New Jersey. Should be on Next Gen NYC. We said that right. We were talking about that last week. I don't like Gia. I'm not a fan of Gia. And I hate the way she speaks to Riley. I think that's beyond a microaggression. It's just an aggression. And it's offensive and it's obvious and it's ugly. And I love Riley. And I really love, and I wasn't a fan of Brooks when he was on, just as a character, as, I found him like a little annoying on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I have fallen in love with him because I think he has such a true heart of gold. When somebody is in trouble or if someone's being insensitive to somebody, he actually got out of his seat to go over to Riley to make sure she was okay. Like, he's just extremely sensitive.
He's a kind person.
And I know like sometimes he doesn't like to get involved in the drama. I don't care. Like, I really love him. Like, I find him like such a good friend.
He's a great guy. He's going to have to build out his character a little bit more to be a good on this show, because if you're never involved in drama or conflicts, it's very hard to survive on these shows.
But he's the heart of gold. Like, he's there for his friends, and I love that.
I love that too. I think you can only do it for so long. What were you going to say, Brucey?
Just for one season, just like Meredith. Meredith like disengaging was so funny the first season, but season 2 we were like,
you got to get in.
Yeah.
We got in and we got like fake British accents and hilarious
craziness, and then we got bathtub craziness.
Yes, I'm getting a brain fog. Who's the kid with the blonde hair? He's the real troublemaker.
Charlie.
What do you think of Charlie?
Your son's name.
By the way, my son's name is Charlie, so I really should remember that.
That's terrifying. Actually.
I'm like, Charlie.
What's her name?
Charlie to me is the talented Mr. Ripley. I think
he is. That's so great, Brucey.
Brucey.
My God, he is the talented Mr. Ripley.
I find it so interesting.
Brilliant, fucking brilliant.
Between Meredith and Jen, and Brooks and Charlie is very interesting, because I'm like, where do you find these seedy people?
Right.
But the thing with Charlie that I find to be really interesting is that like. So I went to prep school in New England with a bunch of kind of like New York trust fund kids that you would kind of find on this show.
Right.
And interesting is that there's always someone who like allows you to kind of talk about them as a trust fund kid, but they actually aren't a trust fund kid, and you don't know how much money there is or if there is money. And I think that we're starting to see that unfold with Charlie, where he borrows money from all of his friends. He owes thousands of dollars to his roommate who pays him rent for a condo that his dad owns.
Right.
So there's just a lot of loose straws there around his finances. And then, of course, there's him being filmed or photographed at the crime scene of the crypto torturer.
I mean, that was nuts.
That's so nuts. I think his father cut him off years ago, and I don't think he has the money.
Yeah.
I don't think he has the money.
He doesn't.
And I think God knows, allegedly something happened in that house. He was being paid to do something in that house. We don't know everything is definitely very shady.
Yes.
I mean, I don't think he pays for anything. That's why the talented Mr. Ripley is so great.
Interestingly, he was ready to dive in for that cell phone for $1,000.
He was ready to jump right in. That was very telling. He said $1,000. Trust fund kid's not doing that.
No.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of interesting things. There's a lot of creators that have, who are in New York, who have raised very interesting things that they know about him from friends of friends and stuff like that. But I think if you just look at the articles, some of the more interesting things that I read were around his bankruptcy. So like he only had $1,500 in his bank account during his bankruptcy, and he also had no access to any assets. So like, if there is a trust fund, it's irrevocable, or he doesn't have access to it.
He doesn't have access to anything, because
So,
they alluded to that too.
Yeah. And there's the whole report of a girl coming forward and saying that he was recruiting women from nightclubs to go back to the crypto torturer's house.
Yeah.
Like, and that was in like the New York Post. Like a woman came forward and made that statement, all allegedly, right?
All allegedly.
Yeah, but
Really be on the show if that's true?
So
Well, it all came to light after this was filmed. This was filmed a long while ago.
No, I know,
They're
but
just getting this to air.
Can they recast him if that's all really true?
I mean, listen, there was a pretty thorough, it's an ongoing investigation as far as the crypto murder, but there was
Not murder. There wasn't a murder. It was torture.
a crypto torture. Sorry, I said the wrong word. But there was a pretty hefty investigation at the beginning, and he was interviewed a number of times. He was at the scene, and he was photographed, all this stuff. And for now, he's not like on their radar. He's supposedly not under suspicion. Whatever he said about why he was there, or whatever, seems so far to have checked out. And so I don't know.
Well, let's put it this way: his dad might not be funding his trust fund, but I bet you his dad got him a lawyer for that one.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's also so weird because his father's in the crypto industry. Then Charlie, supposedly, we know he does nothing. Then George's boyfriend is also a crypto trader or crypto something. Omar.
Now, I think he's an ex now, even though he's still hanging out with Charlie.
An ex.
He is an ex. They broke up. He looks like he's 105. Is it just me?
He reminds me of Jonah Hill from Wolf of Wall Street.
Totally.
Like War Dog, where it's like he has on like the big Men's Warehouse suit, but he's like, I'm a Wall Street guy.
Yeah.
And it's
very confusing.
honestly, Brucey, the fact that you said this so hilarious, the thing that I have it all in my notes from watching the show, it's the most ill-fitting suit I've ever seen. And what drives me insane is you see this much cuff of his shirt, like the white shirt, like this much after the jacket ends. I'm like, Omar, like somebody tailor this shirt, this suit, like somebody.
On TV.
And also, then what about when he was like to Georgia, he's like, I love you. And she was like, thank you.
She's like, wow. Oh.
I mean, it's clearly a transaction for her. He was investing in whatever.
You mean the bowling alley club idea that already exists? That one?
Yeah.
Like, Georgia, you're from New York City. You never heard of Lucky Strike? You never heard of Brooklyn Bowl?
Exactly. Brooklyn Bowl
Like,
does it.
do a little research. It's not a new idea.
Yeah.
No.
But I like Georgia.
I love Georgia. Listen,
Yeah.
I am a germaphobe, so the whole not washing your hands thing grosses me out. But as a character, she's so kooky, and then I love her.
I love her.
I love her style too. I love her style.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like quirky. I like them all. And I think, I know they're getting a lot of flack for kind of like, I think behind the scenes of Bravo, they had 2 shows brewing. And I think one of the shows that was being talked about was where the parents would really be a big part of it. Like, especially somebody like a Teresa who really doesn't have a foothold in the Real Housewives empire anymore because Jersey's on ice. And then they were going to do like a younger version of like a something, like almost like a Real World, but not. And then they merged the 2 shows, and they're getting some shit for that online. And there's like a lot of chatter on TikTok that the 2 like don't meet. Like it should be one and one. I disagree.
I like it. I don't need, I like it because I love Ava. I mean, not I like Ava. I don't love Ava. I love Riley, and I love what's her name? Adriana or Adrian?
Adrian.
Kim Zolciak's daughter. I love
Ariana.
Yeah.
What's her name? Ariana.
Sorry, Joe.
So I can't get anyone's names right. I love her, and I love her friendship with Riley.
Star. By the way, okay, I'm gonna cross over 2 worlds right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Did you guys, whoever watched OC this week, Sophie, Shannon's daughter, has grown up. It's a lovely, lovely girl. Like the voice of reason, sitting on that couch, like therapying her mom. I loved it. And I was like, you live in New York City. Why take Gia's place? Like you are.
Well, maybe they will. Maybe they will Gia's off. Gia's got to go.
She'll never come back. She's not going to come back.
It makes sense. It doesn't make sense. I think I heard that, so Cynthia Bailey and Adrian Malouf and Heather Dubrow have all said that their kids have talked to Bravo producers about Next Gen. And I'm actually kind of nervous about it because I think what makes Next Gen NYC so good isn't necessarily the Bravo kids. It's that they're a real friend group, you know? Because Riley, I think people forget Riley and Brooks went to college together. Mm-hmm. And a lot of these people went to NYU as well, or like Brooks knew, except for Gia.
And they're also that New York City club kids group. You know what I mean? They know each other because New York City's cliquey, you know?
Yeah. And I just don't know that we're going to get the same from LA if they do that. So I'd be curious to see what happens.
Also, New York City is a personality. I mean, not to be like Sex in the City, but like New York City is a personality. You know, that's why you don't want to be at the Jersey Shore. You want to be in New York City. I mean, listen,
100%.
Ava definitely lied. She didn't have to go to the Hamptons, as we know. She ditched Gia's beach party.
She's like, I'm not going to Jersey again.
Here's where I think we could fill in.
Genius or genius idea? Maybe.
Well, she did get evicted around that time. Like they didn't know if they caught it on camera or not because it was reported. I don't know if you guys have seen the articles, but she was getting kind of dragged because Dame Dash was saying he doesn't have money, and then she got evicted.
Ava?
Her dad supposedly is like a bankrupt, like completely no money.
Did not know that.
Mm-hmm. See, it's almost like everybody's a talented Mr. Ripley on this show.
Yeah, but that's what I love. I'm like, oh my gosh, season 2, bring it.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what it is? All the parents are grifters. I mean, Damon Dash, grifter. Kim Zolciak, grifter. Meredith and Seth, give me a break. What is Seth Marks' job? Come on. Grifter. Like they're all.
Meredith Marks is now a very well-known DJ. She's a world-renowned DJ.
She's a very highly paid DJ.
Very highly paid DJ.
Okay. Should we move on? Okay, we're running out of time. Should we move on to OC?
Yeah. Let's do OC, and then Brucey, be thinking of a closing hot take for us.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to let him do. I have something for you. Well, you'll come full circle for us. Maybe you give your last minute. Unless we're going to get in trouble for the Love Island, but let's go OC first.
Let's go OC.
Okay, maybe we stay away from Love Island.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really enjoying this season. I think it's off to like a fun start. It feels like I don't know. I love Heather, although she feels like this could be her last season. Or
I
something.
agree.
She wants to be in Beverly Hills for sure.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem to make sense for her anymore. But I loved Gretchen's return.
Oh, you did? Okay, so interesting.
I really liked it. I think it offered a balance that was not going to exist in the season unless she came, which is that Katie's clearly on an island. And I think that like this show, OC, we've seen so many times over the years that they kind of choose one person to bring up on for the whole season. And I love that there's this kind of like reverse Uno card by Gretchen coming in and throwing in this wrench towards Tamara so far.
Right.
So
I had to do that. I think you're right. I think they had to bring somebody in from the outside, and they had to bring somebody in who could butt heads with Tamara because everybody else is afraid of Tamara. Everybody
is scared of Tamara. Everybody.
What I say about that is this particular fight that they're having is 12 years old. And it just feels old to me. And like, that was a decade ago. Pick a new fight. Like, let's argue about something else. It just seems too old. Like,
what do you think about Kate? Katie is confounding to me. Like, especially episode 2, because I came away from episode 1, I think more aligned with your initial thoughts, Cole. I was kind of like, oh God.
I like Kate, but she's a liar. But I don't like it.
I was like, here we go. We're going to all be ganging up on Katie now. We're going to and it's going to go on and on. It's going to be the whole season. But then episode 2, like, honestly, it almost makes me wish like an SNL kind of a show was on, because Katie is like, they're like, well, you called this blogger and she's like, I didn't. I will show you on my phone. I didn't. I don't have service. You know what? I don't have service. I have no bar. You know what? I did. I Instagram called that blogger. It's like everything they accuse her of. She's like, no, I didn't do that, Shannon. You know what? I did do that.
It's like, Shannon, I did not record you. But you already told them that you recorded me. I did record you. I did record you. Of course I recorded you.
Well, did you say record? Oh, yes, I was recording you.
But you know what? I have to say, okay, Katie is shady. She lies. But, I mean, Joel Kim Booster told us Shannon's crazy. She has these temper tantrums.
I mean, we know that.
She's rude. She's obnoxious to everybody. She's obnoxious to production.
Yes.
It's a fact. Shannon was so rude to Katie's husband. Remember that? Out of nowhere, she blew up with him at the party in the last episode. So, I mean, I'm sorry.
I know. When I saw that with Katie filming her having a tantrum on their green screen day, I was like, justice for Joel Kim Booster. Like, Joel Kim Booster should have taken that clip and just like posted it on TikTok. Said nothing. Just post it. It's like justice for that guy. I mean, come on.
What do you think about Katie, Brucey?
I think, like, I don't know. It's interesting because of all of like the stuff that like at the end of last season when she chased down that person and we found out what that whole charge was for. Yeah. I don't like her personally. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like she adds an interesting texture to the show. Yeah. In the sense that, like, you know, Gina and Emily are kind of like a natural pair. Tamra and Heather are kind of a natural pair. And then you have, I forget her name, but I actually really do like her.
Jen Perjanti?
Yeah, Jen Perjanti. She's kind of like up by herself.
Without it.
And so I feel like there needed to be some other housewife to cause dissonance. And Katie is great at that.
Yeah.
But like, I agree. I mean, she lies about a lot of stuff.
She's a liar. She's 100% a liar.
But they used her in her first season because they wanted to take down Heather. So it's just kind of interesting to see them now say she's dishonest and, you know, kind of with bloggers when that was the whole point with Heather. You know, that was Heather's whole point.
Right.
There were 2 aha moments for me in this. So the first one was. The first one was when Gretchen said she has had no plastic surgery.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
It's a ridiculous comment.
It's ridiculous.
Right.
That's number 1. Number 2, when Emily grabbed the egg.
And put it in her purse.
What happened there? Like, I don't explain. Why did she go get that egg?
Is this? Do you remember when she whipped out the hero in the sauna?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sandwich.
I think she's making that her thing, like food in the purse.
It's her moment.
At this hot pot place, maybe she thought it was hard boiled. She's like, "Oh, I'll have a hard boiled egg for later." Meanwhile,
a raw egg in her purse.
It's raw egg.
I mean, she lives in the OC. Does she need to take a free egg from the restaurant?
No, I don't. It was so bizarre. Anyway, those were my 2. Like, what is happening here, people?
I really can't stand Gina. I can't believe.
Always.
I can't believe that she still has a job. Like, I'd much rather watch Katie lying for days than.
I know we love women. We want to support women. We try to avoid like talking about physical stuff, but like, I gotta tell you, how is it that season after season after season, Gina manages to find the least talented stylist in the OC and use them? It's like, how can this woman not be dressed better, hair better? Like, what is going on? I can't take it.
And not only that, her act, you know how like Brittany plays up her like Kentucky accent. Like her Kentucky accent is not that, she plays it up and you can barely understand her sometimes. Same thing with Gina. I'm like, I'm sorry, we're from New York. We're not from Long Island, but we know my husband's from Long Island. People from Long Island do not speak like Gina. I don't know what accent that is. She told like it's this crazy,
yes,
overproduced
I think there are people
accent.
Jules, get ready to.
I do think the accent. I do think the accent. I mean, Long Island has an accent.
That's not a Long Island accent.
I know people from Long Island who have a very strong accent from Canada.
Is that it though? Is that the accent?
It depends on where you are.
Maybe
it sounds Midwestern almost to me. Like I don't understand it.
Is she from Long Island? Is it Long Island?
She's from Long Island.
She has like a. Oh, so you're saying you think it's fake?
I just think it's put on for like person. It feels performative. Like she wants. That's her thing. I'm the New Yorker.
Maybe.
All right.
I can't see the clock for some reason. Now when I hit,
I can see the clock, and I'm gonna wrap us up. And Jules, why don't you bring Brucey into his closing hot take?
Okay, Brucey. So you can talk about any show. We're gonna give you a minute or two. Give us your hot take. It could be now. Do we touch Love Island? Do you want to do your Love Island hot take? Are we in the hot seat for Love Island? Let me. I would like to know your Love Island finale hot take.
Oh, can I cover like reunion anticipation?
Yes. Reunion anticipation for Love Island hot take. Go, Brucey.
So my hot take is that for Love Island, they brought in Andy because it's too complicated of a job this season in particular for Ariana to really address. They have a lot of things that they have to cover. And I think the most tricky is the difference between what we saw and what the Islanders experienced. Mm-hmm. I've watched every season of Love Island of UK from 1 to the current season. And I've watched every season of Love Island USA as well. And I don't think I've ever seen such a big gap between what the Islanders say happened in there and what we saw. And so I think it's going to be really interesting to see how the reunion plays out, because I think, we've all seen countless interviews from everyone, including the Casa Boys, which, I'm not going to hate on them, but you were there for like 2 seconds. I don't understand on what happened. But I'm really interested to see like what's going to be covered and how they're going to cover it. Right. I think some big interviews that could be referenced are Hutta's Call Her Daddy interview. Was a huge bomb for so many sound bites and all of that. Yes. There's a lot of interesting things going on with Chris and how he, how those last days went with Chris and Hutta and how it led to the infamous him not carrying her to the water. Yeah. But also, I think, it's been really interesting. Shelley and Ace have been really quiet on social media. Yeah. And I think really telling because of a lot of the stuff that's been happening with the fans in comments and TikToks and things like that around safety, but also around, once again, that gap between what we saw and what they experienced. So I am really excited for Keke Palmer's interview with Alandria and Shelley, which is coming out tomorrow or tonight. I'm not sure. And they're supposed to be doing a tell-all of like how they feel about the cast and their experience.
Good. I want to hear it.
I'm surprised though that Peacock's allowing that before the reunion.
Well, I mean, Hutta did one
interview. They've all been on interviews.
But Hutta was alone, and now it's like that's almost like a reunion to get them both together. You know what I mean? Oh, I guess people have been doing it. They've been going to Nick Vale. That's true.
Taylor and Clark together. They've had people together.
Really didn't correct me. I just called him Nick Vale. Nick Vile.
Nick Vile.
I always call him Nick Vale. Nick Vile.
Yeah, no, I think it's interesting. I agree. Everyone was like, why is Andy Cohen coming in for the reunion? It's like, well, there's some heavy lifting to do here. And I also think, this is the first season I've ever watched Love Island. I had extreme.
It was so good last year.
Into forcing me to watch it, and whatever. I'll never get those 3,600 hours back.
And counting. Boy.
But I just feel like they've almost have to really look under the hood now, I think, a little bit. Because, there was such a disconnect. And it also wasn't, I had never watched it before, but according to you guys and everybody who's ever watched it, they were like, it was so much better in the past. There was something with the casting. Maybe they all knew each other too much, or there's too many influencers. It's almost like the Survivor formula. I don't know if you're a Survivor watcher, but and we love Survivor, but sometimes they'll get, players on there that have studied the game so much that you're not getting a genuine Survivor castmate experience. And I'm wondering if maybe that's what's going on with Love Island. I don't know.
Well, the other thing I will say is it got super toxic.
Yeah.
Like to a really, really, and you're seeing it play out now online, even a little bit with us. Like it is so toxic, like in terms of what everybody is seeing and feeling, and groups of people going after other groups of people. And I have not seen that with other. I've never watched anything but the USA one. I heard UK was great this year, and I should watch it. But
season.
But I had never seen that level of toxicity before, and it seems like groups are going after groups now, which you usually see a lot of like closeness, and it's super separated this year.
Well, we're going to look forward to it. We're going to wrap up because we're getting for time. But Brucey, thank you so much for coming on the pod. This was so much fun. Loved having you. We'd love for you to come back.
Thank you so much for having me. This was such a blast.
This is so much fun.
And for our listeners and watchers, give them your TikTok, your whole thing, your full name. Where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me on TikTok at Hey Brucey. My name is Brucey. I give television takes and quick travel stories if you're up for it. So if you're ever down for a laugh, please check me out.
TikTok. It is such a fun TikTok. I absolutely love it. That's how we discovered him. He's the greatest takes, the greatest travel. So much fun. We loved having you. We can't wait to have you back.
We'll have to have you back for the next round of shows.
I'll come back.
Thank you, Hotties. We're going to see you next time. Reach us if you want to be a Hottie. If you want to come on the pod, you can reach us at hotwomanwanted@gmail.com. Follow us on TikTok and follow us on Instagram. Keep your comments a little on the softer side. We're taking a rough ride this week.
Ouch.
Thanks for Brucey. Thank you so much for coming on. Bye, Hotties. Loved having you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.